Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge, etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 9 July, a journey through time of 9 July 2025, Wednesday. Today's 9 July highlight in history. 1609. Bohemia is granted freedom of religion through the Letter of Majesty by the Holy Roman Empire Rudolf II. 1701, a Bourbon force under Nicolas Catinat withdraws from a smaller Habsburg force under Prince Eugen of Savoy in the Battle of Carpi. 1745, French victory in the Battle of Melle allows them to capture Ghent in the days after. 1755, the Braddock expedition is soundly defeated by a smaller French and Native American force in its attempt to capture Fort Duquesne in what is now downtown Pittsburgh. 1762, Catherine the Great becomes Empress of Russia following the coup against her husband Peter III. 1763, the Mozart family grand tour of Europe began, lifting the profile of son Wolfgang Amadeus. 1776, George Washington orders the Declaration of Independence to be read out to members of the Continental Army in Manhattan while thousands of British troops on Staten Island prepare for the Battle of Long Island. 1789, in Versailles, the National Assembly reconstitutes itself as the National Constituent Assembly and begins preparations for a French constitution. 1790, the Swedish Navy captures one-third of the Russian Baltic Fleet. 1793, the Act Against Slavery in Upper Canada bans the importation of slaves and will free those who are born into slavery after the passage of the Act at 25 years of age. 1795, financier James Swan pays off the 20 lakh 24,899 US dollars national debt that had been accrued during the American Revolution. 1807, the Second Treaty of Tilsit is signed between France and Prussia, ending the War of the Fourth Coalition. 1810, Napoleon annexes the Kingdom of Holland as part of the First French Empire. 1811, explorer David Thompson posts a sign near what is now Skagavia State Park in Washington state, claiming the Columbia District for the United Kingdom. 1815, Charles Maurice de Talleyrand-Périgord becomes the first Prime Minister of France. 1816, Argentina declares independence from Spain. 1821, 470 prominent Cypriots, including Archbishop Kyprianos, are executed in response to Cypriot aid to the Greek War of Independence. 1850, US President Zachary Taylor dies after eating raw fruit and iced milk. He is succeeded in office by Vice President Millard Fillmore. 1850, Persian prophet Bab is executed in Tabriz, Persia. 1863, American Civil War. The siege of Port Hudson ends in a Union victory along with the fall of Vicksburg 5 days earlier gives the Union complete control of the Mississippi River. 1868, the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution is ratified, guaranteeing African Americans to full citizenship and all persons in the United States due to process of law. 1875, the Herzegovina uprising against Ottoman rule begins, which would last until 1878 and have far reaching implications throughout the Balkans. 1877, the inaugural Wimbledon Championships begins. 1893, Daniel Hale Williams American heart surgeon performs the first successful open heart surgery in United States without anesthesia. 1896, William Jennings Bryan delivers his Cross of Gold speech advocating bimetallism at the 1896 Democratic National Convention in Chicago. 1900, the Federation of Australia is given royal assent. 1900, the governor of Shaanxi province in North China orders the execution of 45 foreign Christian missionaries and local church members, including children. 1918, in Nashville, Tennessee, an inbound local train collides with an outbound express, killing 101 and injuring 171 people, making it the deadliest rail accident in United States history. 1922, Johnny Weissmuller swims the 100 meters freestyle in 58.6 seconds, breaking the world swimming record and the minute barrier. 1926, Chiang Kai-shek accepts the post of Commander-in-Chief of the National Revolutionary Army, marking the beginning of the Northern Expedition to unite China under the rule of the nationalist government. 1932, the state of Sao Paulo revolts against the Brazilian federal government, starting the constitutionalist revolution. 1937, the silent film archives of Fox Film Corporation are destroyed by the 1937 Fox World Fire. 1943, World War II. The Allied invasion of Sicily begins, leading to the downfall of Mussolini and forcing Hitler to break off the Battle of Kursk. 1944, World War II. American forces take Saipan, bringing the Japanese archipelago within range of B-29 raids and causing the downfall of the Tojo government. 1944, World War II. Continuation War. Finland wins the Battle of Ihantala, the largest battle ever fought in northern Europe. The Red Army withdraws its troops from Ihantala and digs into a defensive position, thus ending the Vyborg Petrozavodsk offensive. 1955, the Russell-Einstein Manifesto calls for a reduction of the risk of nuclear warfare. 1956, the 7.7 moment magnitude Amorgos earthquake shakes the Cyclades Island group in the Aegean Sea with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 9, which is violent. The shaking and the destructive tsunami that followed left 53 people dead. A damaging M7.2 aftershock occurred minutes after the main shock. 1958, a 7.8 moment magnitude strike slip earthquake in Alaska causes a landslide that produces mega tsunami. The run up from the waves reached 525 meters, which is about 1,722 feet on the rim of Litua Bay. 5 people are killed. 1961, Greece becomes the first member state to join the European Economic Community by signing the Athens Agreement, which was suspended in 1967 during the Greek junta. 1962, Starfish Prime tests the effect of a nuclear test at orbital altitudes. 1977, the Pinochet dictatorship in Chile organizes the youth event of Acto de Chacarrillas, a ritualized act reminiscent of Francoist Spain. 1979, a car bomb destroys a Renault motor car owned by Nazi hunters Serge and Bade Klarsfeld outside their home in France in an unsuccessful assassination attempt. 1982, Pan Am Flight 759 crashes in Kenner, Louisiana, killing all 145 people on board and 8 others on the ground. 1986, the New Zealand Parliament passes the Homosexual Law Reform Act legalizing homosexuality in New Zealand. 1993, the Parliament of Canada passes the Nunavut Act, leading to the 1999 creation of Nunavut, dividing the Northwest Territories into Arctic and subarctic lands based on a plebiscite. 1995, the Navali church bombing is carried out by the Sri Lanka Air Force, killing 125 Tamil civilian refugees. 1997, a Fokker 100 from the Brazilian airline TAM launches engineer Fernando Caldeira de Moura campus into 2,400 meters of free fall after an explosion that depressurized the aircraft. 1999, days of student protests begin after Iranian police and hardliners attacked a student dormitory at the University of Tehran. 2002, the African Union is established in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, replacing the Organization of African Unity. The organization's first chairman is Thabo Mbeki, President of South Africa. 2004, the Senate report on Iraqi WMD intelligence is released by the United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, casting doubt on the rationale for the Iraq War. 2006, 125 people are killed in S7 Airlines Flight 778 and Airbus A310 passenger jet veers off the runway while landing in wet conditions at Irkutsk Airport in Siberia. 2011, South Sudan gains independence and secedes from Sudan. 2011, a rally takes place in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to call for fairer elections in the country. Your daily dose of wisdom ends here, but the journey never stops. Thank you very much for your patience. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.